covered and uncovered spaces available for vehicles, boats, trailers, and RVs. Jesup Premium Storage on the Waycross Highway in Jesup.
Mike Birch Ford has the best finance department in South Georgia. We're not here to judge, we're here to help. Low interest rates and less than perfect credit is not a problem. Stop the search. Call Mike Birch.
January brought record-breaking cold, but the sales here at Mike Birch Ford were smoking hot. So now we've got to move this pre-owned inventory. We've got a great selection of clean one-owner vehicles as low as $150 a month. Stop the search. Call Mike Birch or at MikeBirchFord.com.
At 8 o'clock, time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show on WIFO, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford of Blackshear, Jesup Premium Storage, and Murphy's Builder Supply. And somebody was nice enough to
send the dates in for those games. Again, if you buy the $8 ticket, you can purchase a ticket to Braves game. You get a ticket with the Braves game with it. Again, these are the four choices you get to choose from. The games are Sunday, May 6th, 1:35 against San Francisco. Sunday, June 3rd, 1:35 against the Washington Nationals. Tuesday, July 10th, 7:35 against Toronto Blue Jays. And that's Sunday, July 29th, 1:35 against the Dodgers. That's the game that they're going to have the Hall of Fame ceremony for Chipper Jones. So, again, if you want to see that, that's going to be a special day. Sunday, July 29th, 1:35 against the L.A. Dodgers.
So those are $8 general admissions?
$8 general admission tickets, right. So you buy the $8 ticket, you get one of those four games that you get to choose from.
So the fans got to sit on the baselines on Saturday, correct?
Yeah, most of them were behind home plate and down the third base and third base. Yeah, they were
okay.
But, again, you can buy these tickets, again, at Sheffield's and Code Blue and also at the high school game tomorrow night. So they may have them at the schools. Ask Nicole Landon at the high school. They may have them there as well. So,
all right.
But those are the four games. Appreciate somebody sending that in. In the studios with us, Luther Hires talking about work zone safety week, National Work Zone Safety Week, or is it State of Georgia Safety?
That's correct. No, April the 9th through the 13th.
Is it national? It's national. Okay.
Work Zone Safety. And fatal crashes are on the rise in Georgia. 23 fatalities in 2014 to 55 fatalities in 2017. And the main causes, guess what? Distracted driving too fast conditions, in the work zones, and impaired driving. Last year, in 2017, there were 20,834 crashes in work zones in Georgia that produced 7,276 injuries and 55 fatalities. And 75% of the work zone fatalities, Bob, are either the driver of the vehicle or a passenger in that vehicle. Since 1973, though, we've lost 60 GDOT, or Georgia Department of Transportation, workers in work zones. So, we're just asking people to pay attention, slow down, and watch out for the workers, and just remember that the hazards are 24/7. Those orange barrels are out there, and people say, well, nobody's out here working at 10:45, 11:15, or whatever, but that hazard is still there. And that's why we have so many people that actually the motorists are, the passengers are getting killed.
Luther, your organization's become, like I said, we talked about this for years, for several years before the last couple of years, the trend in fatalities decreased in the state of Georgia. There's a lot of publicity, a lot of campaigns, click it and ticket, things like that.
Right.
But lately, the last several years, the trend has gone up.
Right.
So
Bob,
that's
actually, let's just start in 2013.
Okay, you got the stats.
Yeah, it was 1179. 14, we went to 1170. That was the 9th year
in a row that they went down.
that they had come down.
Right.
And in 15, it went to 1432. 16, it was 1561. Last year, 1549. And as of today, we've got 330. Right. Now, the good thing about that is we're way under last year today. So, hopefully we can keep that trend going down. But, people are just not obeying the speed limit. I mean, they're out there driving cell phones.
Right, and a lot of it, that's what I was getting to. A lot of it was distracted driving, as you mentioned.
Exactly.
And law enforcement, Georgia State Patrol stated that a lot of it was people using their cell phones and just being distracted. So that's why they had to push for the no cell phone use, hands-free, that legislation passed, where y'all involved in did y'all speak to the legislators?
Yeah,
before
there was.
passed? How'd that work?
There were some committee meetings where they talked to law enforcement. They talked to the highway safety folks about that. Now, it has passed.
It has passed.
I have not seen the bill, so I actually don't know what I understand that there was some difference between what the House sent over, what the Senate wanted, and of course, they had to come to a compromise so that both sides of the aisle would buy into it.
And we have the post-legislative luncheon this Thursday, so we'll probably get the exact language from that. But when will it go in effect? July 1st? Is most laws go
there
in effect?
Again, I have not seen it, so I don't know what the language is. It could say upon the signing of the governor.
Okay.
But
so
most of them go in July 1st.
Right. That's what most laws. But like I said, with it being such a key issue, it could go in early. So that's another thing we'll ask our legislators when they come here on Thursday.
Exactly. But unless they put that language in there upon the signing of the governor, it'll be July the 1st.
The question I ask is, what's the punishment? Because you have to have some teeth. It's just like seatbelt usage. If you don't have teeth to the punishment, people just aren't going to worry about it too much.
Well, I know that at one time the House's version was $300 first time, and I heard that there was some. Not so much in the Senate, so I don't know what they settled on.
All right. You just joined us. Luther Harris in the studios with us. National Work Zone Safety Week this week. Again, when people come up on a work zone, what should they do, Luther? I know it's slow down. But
slow down and look for the workers. And, again, I just want to emphasize, just because you don't see the people out there actually working, that does not mean that hazard's not there. Sometimes, and you go through some of these places where they're working, if you look over to the side, which you need to be keep concentrating on the road, but as you go down the road, you can kind of get an idea up there how deep some of those drop-offs are where they've gone in and they've cut some of that out to put a new base in.
And unfortunately, there have been fatalities in work zone areas, right? Some people have died, been hit by vehicles.
That's correct. That's correct. As I said earlier, since 1979, I believe it was, 73, excuse me, we've lost 60 GDOT workers.
I noticed, I hadn't seen the signs. They used to have signs around Wayne County talking about how the seatbelt usage is going in Wayne County, like it used to be, like they have a percentage-wise. They still put those up? I haven't seen one in a while.
We're fixing to change that one finally. It has actually come up some. I wouldn't change it because it had actually come down from what was on it.
Right.
But we're fixing to change it. It has come up some.
And then there's places where you're driving, they've got the speed limit thing flashing that tells you how fast you're going. If you're going faster than speed limit, it's flashing big time, right?
Yeah.
That kind of gives you an idea.
It's a good warning. But, what people need to understand, those black and white signs that's got a number on it, 55, 65, or whatever it is, that's the speed limit. That's what the engineers that designed that road, that is the safe speed for them. And anything over that is really not a safe speed.
All right. So once again, you're in here to talk about the National Week. So what should people know? What's the main message you want to get across?
The main message that we want them to do is just pay attention. And when they get into these new signs, they're well marked, work zones ahead. When they get into those, pay attention, look for hazards, and slow down and watch for the workers if there are workers there. That's the main message that we'd like to have.
Okay, doke. Anything else you want to talk about? That does it. Well, we appreciate you coming in.
All right.
Only thing I said, there's any way we can change it to a different color, like pink or purple? Does it have to be orange?
How about I come back in November? I do wear pink all November.
I'm just joking. The orange stands high, that's for sure.
Hey.
I appreciate you coming in, Luther. Like I said, hopefully this new law, will help, because that's the main thing. You want to try to make the roads as safe as possible.
We do.
People talked about the people that went to Atlanta. The traffic up there is just it's crazy. I mean, it was absurd. Our poor mayor was trying to get there to throw out the ceremony first pitch and just couldn't get there in time because the traffic's just, it's just bumper to bumper. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, Bob,
I say thankfully we don't have to deal with that here in Wayne County. I don't know how they deal with it on a daily basis. It would drive me nuts.
Savannah's about to get to be as bad.
Yeah, Savannah's almost as bad. Yeah.
But people just think about I throw numbers out there, but think about it. Since January the 1st, as of today, we have 330 families. Now, granted, all those people are not from Georgia. But those are 330 families that are not going to have a loved one to celebrate 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, and other things with, you know.
We talk about the seatbelt, you know, and a lot of people still don't want to wear their seatbelts. So I tell the story all the time. You know, you remember Captain Mervos, he was in the Touchdown Club, and
yep.
I went to wreck, this is years ago, probably mid-'80s, and there was a fatality there, and he took me to the side and said, do you wear your seatbelt? And I admitted at that time, I said, no, not all the time. You know, he says, well, and he told me this story. He said, look, he said, I've been covering crashes for years now. He says, and I'll give you a little tidbit. If you have your seatbelt on and you're in a crash, your survival rate goes way up. If you don't have your seatbelt on, unfortunately, most of these people in these crashes, they get thrown from the vehicle, and that's what causes the fatality. He says, if you have the seatbelt on, most likely going to stay in that vehicle, and they get a chance to, you know, for survival. And that just, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, I need to start wearing my seatbelt, and been wearing it ever since. So,
good.
But a lot of people you see still don't want to wear their seatbelt. But again, I try to get that message. It'll save your life, and that's what it's for. Please buckle up, and that's why they have those weeks. You know, click your ticket. You know, wear your seatbelt.
When we first got that first highway safety grant, they called me one Friday afternoon and said, you need to be in Athens at Sunday afternoon and be ready to go to meetings at 3 o'clock. So that Sunday afternoon, we were in there and they were doing occupant protection stuff. And we had a new pickup truck. I'd say new. It was a fairly new pickup truck. Pulled the seat up, pushed the seat belts behind it because they weren't comfortable to sit on. And after that occupant protection thing, when I got back to the room, I called Sally and I said, if you love me, dig those things out and start wearing them. She said, we'll talk about it when we get home. But I didn't wear them back then, but just what I saw in there and in that meeting, it convinced me we needed to be wearing seatbelts. Yeah. But you're talking about it, Bob, bringing it up. All right, we had 330 fatalities. Let's subtract 75 pedestrians, and then you subtract 10 bicycles, and you subtract 24 motorcycles. What's left? 65% of them died because they didn't put a belt on.
All right.
So, you know, it doesn't.
It will definitely save your life. Again, just try to stress that. And like I said, the good thing about teachers and elementary, we talk about all the time, that's where it needs to start, the generation. And you'll see parents tell you all the time, they get in their vehicle, the first thing their kid tells them, Mom, Dad, you got your seatbelt on, because they get it taught at school.
Absolutely.
Which is a great thing that teachers are doing, because if you get that generation, you know, it's generational. If you start at a young age, then it just becomes habit, and you just don't have to worry about it.
That's correct, and it's a sad thing. We don't get into schools quite as much as we used to because of the curriculum. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've got it's laid so out there, and it's hard to if you can't work it into what that curriculum is. But we're doing a lot with the PE now. So
my only other pet peeve is, and I'm telling you, it just drives me crazy. They have turn signals for a reason. It amazes me that people do not use turn signals. That drives me bonkers.
It does. I tell folks sometimes, why don't you wear your seatbelts? Oh, that's right. For the same reason you don't use that turn signal.
Please, people,
they pay for them. Use them.
Turn, at least put on the turn signal. These people, they just stop, and you're, what are they doing? And then all of a sudden, then you got the ones that they put the right turn signal on, they turn left. That I don't get that. But.
You be safe. You be safe on your trip, okay?
I will. I appreciate it. Always good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Like I said, we'll continue to push this National Safety Week.
You will. I appreciate it.
No problem. Always good to see you. We'll be back with more of the Butch and Bob Show after this.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup. Jesup Premium Storage, 1455 South 1st Street is Jesup's best place to store your valuables. Whether it's furniture between moves or just a place for the overload, call Jesup Premium Storage at 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jesup Premium Storage units are indoors, climate controlled, and they have 24-hour surveillance and on-site management. You have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week access to your unit. Sizes range from 5x5 to 10x25. They also have outside covered and uncovered spaces available for vehicles, boats, trailers, and RVs. Jesup Premium Storage on the Waycross Highway in Jesup.
Stop creditor harassment today. Stop the worry of a pending repossession, garnishment, or foreclosure. Contact the Bankruptcy Group, Attorney R. Flake Cabinet, for an experienced assessment of your financial situation. They have locations in Brunswick, Hazelhurst, and now Jesup. They are a debt relief agency. They help people file for bankruptcy relief. Contact legal assistant Tanya Blanton at 912-375-5620. 375-5620 to set up your free consultation. Let the Bankruptcy Group do the worrying for you. Now serving Jesup.
Welcome to Smart Physical Therapy. My name is Garrett Pye. I'm a physical therapist with 11 years of experience in advanced manual therapy skills, and I have been recently certified in dry needling. Dry needling is a form of treatment that completely relieves those chronic trigger points and stiffness in your joints. Please call me anytime at 559-2071. My door is always open for a free consultation to help you decide which route you need to take to get your life back. Always remember, it's your choice on which facility you choose, so please call me, Garrett Pye, here at Smart Physical Therapy, and let's work as a team to address your goal. My number again is 559-2071.
8:16 on this Monday morning, and the tickets are still available. And I believe one of those games also has a concert attached to it as well.
Maybe so. Like I said, let me give the dates real quick again. You get a choice of 4 games. Sunday, May 6, 1:35 against San Francisco. Sunday, June 3rd, 1:35 against the Washington Nationals. Tuesday, July 10th, 7:35, night game against Toronto Blue Jays. Sunday, July 29th, an afternoon game, 1:35 against the LA Dodgers. Again, after the Dodgers game, you can watch Chipper Jones inducted into the Hall of Fame on the big screen in Atlanta.
Okay,
so that's the ceremony.
We did get a text in. The July 26th versus the Dodgers is followed by a concert. And
July 29th. It's not the 26th. It's the 29th.
Okay, well, maybe it's a typo on this text. The Dodgers one followed by a concert. They say there's a limited number of those available. That's the Chipper Jones one, right?
That's the Chipper Jones one. That's Sunday, July 29th. So you get a concert and then the induction in the Hall of Fame. So I'm sure it's a big night, but I don't think Chipper's going to be there. I think they're just going to do it on the screen.
The big jumbotron,
right,
whatever.
Something like that. So anyway, those are the 4 tickets available. So you pick one up this week. Sheffield's Code Blue have the tickets, and I think they're at the school as well. So, but again,
now they're saying 5 games.
No, I'm sorry, it's one of 4 games. There's not 5 games. It's been 4 games.
Yeah, that was the understanding that I had, that there were 4 games.
I got the 4 here right here.
All right, well, you can clear that up, though, by going. They said they added July 26th. You can find out by going to Sheffield's and getting a ticket today. That resolves that problem. Thank you. You can find out when you get there to buy your ticket. $8 to see a Braves game. That's a bargain. All right, 8:17. I think we're done on this.
Yeah, I got to wrap it up. I got to head down.
Right.
I got a medical appointment in Jacksonville, so I'm out of here early. So hopefully we'll get the game in this afternoon.
And apprised, and we'll see where we are this afternoon. Looking at the AccuWeather forecast here, they do hourly, and they're saying showers at noon, then at 5 p.m., 7 and 9. But not thunderstorms, just showers. So we'll see. We have to play it by ear. The world-famous Butch and Bob Show on WIFO, brought to you this morning by Mike Birch, Ford and Blackshear, Jesup Premium Storage, and Murphy's Builder Supply. 8:19, good morning from WIFO-FM Big Dog Country.
Stop creditor harassment today. Stop the worry of a pending repossession, garnishment, or foreclosure. Contact the Bankruptcy Group, Attorney R. Flake Cabinet, for an experienced assessment of your financial situation. They have locations in Brunswick, Hazelhurst, and now Jesup. They are a debt relief agency. They help people file for bankruptcy relief. Contact legal assistant Tanya Blanton at 912-375-5620. 375-5620 to set up your free consultation. Let the Bankruptcy Group do the worrying for you. Now serving Jesup.
Good morning, everyone. Waking to cloudy skies. We've got a good chance of seeing showers today. Temperatures are only going to be topping out in the mid-60s, and tonight we will have a few of those showers that try to hang on. Tomorrow, showers and a couple of thunderstorms. Temperatures get cooler, highs only in the low 60s. How about sunshine on Wednesday and a high near 70 degrees? I'm Georgia meteorologist Laura Huckabee in the GNN Weather Center.
River level at 8.3 feet. That's falling. 8.3 and falling river level. We've got a high tide this afternoon at 144, 5.5 feet. Low this evening at 7:50, sunset at 7:52. John Flowers Blueberry Farm stuck on 345 this morning, so let's just move on. 53.1 at Windy Ridge on the river, 53.6. High School, 53.8. Double Nichols, 0.2, 55.2. And Scriven Hortense, 55.4. Ludowici, 53.1. Airport Double Nichols, that's 13 degrees Celsius. So the chance of showers throughout the day, 50-50. AccuWeather looking like we might be able to get Wayne County baseball in. They continue through tonight and into tomorrow, then decreasing Tuesday night. Wednesday, 73, 80 on Thursday, 82 on Friday. Weekend in the 80s as well. So maybe this is the final little hurdle as spring finally takes a full hold here in South Georgia. Reminder that if you are trying to call in at 8:20, I'm the only person in the building. Can't answer the phone when I'm on the air, but you can always text your information in to 912-427-3711. Okay, July 26th game was added last week versus the Dodgers, followed by... What's the group? I've never heard of them because I'm getting old. Averett Concert. They have 250 tickets to sell. Reminder, when you text in names like for the birthday calendar and names of bands that are not 30 years old, you got to tell me how to say it because, I'm turning into an old fart. 8:21, we've done the weather. Good morning from WIFO-FM, Big Dog Country on this back to work, back to school Monday morning.
Totally transparent car buying. With Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC live market pricing, know for certain you're buying at the low market price. We constantly monitor multiple auto and competitor websites to always offer the most aggressive market prices. No games, no gimmicks, no kidding. That's why Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC is the home of the no-hassle deal. Skip the runaround and discover the difference of truly transparent buying on every new and pre-owned vehicle every day. We're online just like you, and we continuously scan pricing on hundreds of vehicles to update prices in real time. At Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC, know for certain that our live market price is the low market price. Experience a new and totally transparent way to buy with live market pricing.
Neesmith Chevrolet Buick GMC, home of the no-hassle deal.
Chevy, find new roads.
Colby Dent and the folks at McCreary Pressure Washing want to wish the Yellow Jacket baseball team much success this season on their march to the state championship. McCreary Pressure Washing brings many years of professional experience cleaning restaurant exhaust hoods, kitchens, and bathrooms. So instead of calling an out-of-town service, call the local family-owned business with more than 20 years of experience. Call or text us at 202-2